What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 89.
Episode 89, 11 away from the big number.
Big number.
I don't know if you've heard the rumors on the street, but we're doing our top 25 games of all time on our 100th stream. Harrison, you did a few streams last week, kind of going through pretty much the list of games every year since 1992.
Yeah, I started at 92 because I don't think I've played anything older than that. And to be honest, I really didn't start adding stuff to my list until 1998 or 6 or 7, so there's a few years of just I forgot that came out this year. I did a couple streams doing that, just going over every year and just kind of putting what I think has a chance to get on my top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a lot of stuff right now, so it's going to be pretty difficult. A lot of Zelda, some Mario on there, some Pokemon. So I know it's going to be pretty tough to get everything kind of dwindled down to 25, but it's been fun. And I'll probably do at least 2 more, I think, and I'll be done. I think I stopped at 2015. So 6 more years to go through. So I might be able to do that in 1 or 2 more streams. So
okay.
It's been fun just going through all the stuff and just kind of discussing it with myself.
Well, I was going with you.
Yeah.
For the first one, I was kind of tagging along, and you're right, man. There are so many games, especially within the 2002 to 2007, 2008 range.
Yeah.
There's so many good games, on the GameCube, Xbox, PS2.
Yeah, a lot of starts to
360.
some really great franchises like Gears of War and Dead Space and Lost Planet, another kind of random one. A lot of different stuff. That a lot of games. There were so many good games on the 360 and PS3 era that you kind of forget about. So that was definitely fun going through the lists and kind of re-remembering all those games. So, yeah, it's fun.
And granted, we're not making a list of the 25 best games of all time. We're making a list of our favorite games.
Yeah, our favorite. Yeah. So we'll have
if you see some weird ones.
Yeah, exactly. I put Overlord on there. So that may make it because that was a really fun game for me back in the day. So yeah, it's all subject to your own opinion and interpretation, because I may have a couple Zelda games on there. So we'll see, but our top 25 favorite games of all time, we'll be doing on the 100th episode. So
and we implore everybody to go through, create your own list of your top 25s, and while we're going through, let us know what your list is.
Yeah,
we'll go through one at a time. I mean, Harrison and I will both have a separate list, but yeah, it'll be fun to see where we overlap. Where we see. We might have the same game on the list, but I might have mine at number 3 and you might have yours at 25.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You think anything from this year will make your list?
Yes.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
What,
I really
Resident Evil?
Yeah, it's gonna be on there.
Okay. Yeah, Resident Evil.
Maybe a few others too. I really have to dig into this year. Just to see, but yeah, I feel like there's been a ton of great games. Really, on all consoles since the Switch launched. I feel like there's been just so many great games on every platform. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, and next year, I mean, gosh, we were going through it, and I think 2002 was a pretty good year, and 2007 was a really great year for gaming with Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Halo 3 and other stuff. But next year has a good chance of being one of the best ever. I mean, Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild 2.
Horizon, Forbidden West.
Yeah, potentially God of War. I don't know if that's going to make it. Maybe at the end of next year, something like that. Maybe another random Zelda game thrown in there somewhere.
Yeah, and we're probably missing some.
Yeah.
Already.
I'm sure. So yeah, that's gonna be next year is gonna be crazy. But how was your week this week, Nick?
It was good. I guess I went through quite quite an exhilarating purchase.
Yes, let's talk about that.
So I got a PS5.
Nice.
I got it from Walmart. And shout out to if you're looking to get a PS5 and you're having trouble securing one online.
Yeah.
I would follow Jake Randall on Twitter. He makes a lot of YouTube videos on how to get a PS5 from pretty much every store.
Okay.
So he'll have a separate video for Target, Walmart, Best Buy.
Now, how does he have like sources or something, or
he
knows like
he's been doing it. He's been doing this since a while, like at least since the consoles launched last year. So he's just probably a lot of trial and error and just understanding the systems themselves. But he has a lot of good information. And I saw he tweeted out and said that Walmart was, doing a drop last Thursday. I think they actually ended up doing 2, and I got mine in the second drop, but I tried to get one in the first drop around like noon on Thursday. It might have been Wednesday. But I watched this video and this was a Walmart drop. And essentially what you need to do to kind of increase your odds is have the Walmart app on your phone, have all of your information in there, but also have the web browser up with walmart.com and of course like be signed in and everything.
Yeah.
Because on your phone, you can click add to cart as many times as you want.
Okay.
Even if the item is like sold out.
Yeah.
Whereas on a web browser, if you click add to cart and it's actually sold out, it'll say sold out and you have to refresh the browser.
Okay.
So you don't have to refresh on a phone. So that's one part of it. And then there's this whole other portion where, and I guess Walmart implemented this to decrease like bots, but once you click add to cart, you have to press and hold this button.
Yeah. Pretty smart, I think, because I mean that's the problem is, if you could limit somebody to one purchase, but then if there's a million bots, they're going to get it first regardless. So I think that's pretty smart, the implementation that they've done.
So I did that on the first drop and, it didn't work and I ended up, not getting one. And then, around 9 p.m. that night, I saw there was another one and I didn't know this, but it turns out that, Walmart will say, hey, we're dropping PS5s at 9 p.m. And what they'll do is they'll release a portion of their stock at 9. That'll sell out. And then at 9:10, they'll release another portion, 9:20, another portion of their stock. So they'll restock about every 10 minutes.
Okay.
But what they kind of don't say is they're actually restocking between those 10-minute intervals. So if you don't get it within the first minute and it goes out of stock, don't stop trying because it could still come in. So essentially that's what I did. And I was using both my phone and my computer to try to add it to cart. So I was like clicking and holding. Yeah. So I was kind of clicking and holding both at once. And I turned to Alicia and I said, I don't know if I'm going to get it. And she said, well, let me try it.
Oh gosh.
And first try, she was doing it on the web browser and she clicked and hold and it added to the cart. I was like, holy shit. And at the time, like I didn't even know if I wanted a PS5. I just wanted to see if I could get one,
Yeah.
So I got to my cart and I got to the checkout screen, entered in all of my information. And that's when I called you.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't pick up at first, but I was like, do I really need a PS5? And I was talking with Alicia and we were going back and forth probably for like 3 minutes. And which, in terms of having a PS5 in your cart, that's a long time.
Yes.
So by the time I decided that I wanted one and I clicked checkout, it was out of stock.
Oh gosh.
So I was like, okay, kind of fate has spoken for me.
But
and I said, okay. And I was like, all right, well, I'll wait around for the next drop, 9:10's coming around pretty soon here. So I waited around, kind of did the same thing. Once it hit 9, I waited about, 10 seconds and then I tried to get in because apparently that's what you're supposed to do as well, just to prove that you're not a bot because a bot would go in right at 9.
Yeah.
So I went in, clicked and hold, had to do that a few times. And then it worked. So I went to my cart, checked out, and then I had a PS5.
Nice.
And then one of my friends who I had talked to earlier that day was just like, yeah, I'm kind of trying to get one, but we'll see. He actually sent me a Snapchat in the same drop and he got
Oh,
one as well.
nice. So do you have it yet, or is it being shipped?
No, so it's supposed to arrive September 18th.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a while from now, but I've heard that they tend to get shipped out sooner.
Yeah.
My order is still being prepared, so it's not shipped yet.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get it, sometime, maybe this weekend or early next week.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So now I'm just trying to figure out what game or what games I want to get.
Yeah.
With it, because I think I'm going to pick up Demon's Souls. Like I just I'm kind of itching for another Souls game, and this is kind of the last one that I haven't played. And like I want to play Ratchet and Clank, but I feel like that's pretty similar to Psychonauts.
Yeah.
And I've been playing the heck out of that, so I don't want to get like platformer fatigue.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know what games I'm going to get yet. And it comes with like the Astro's Playroom game, so I'll mess around with that. I mean, that's like kind of like if 1-2 Switch was included with the Switch itself, kind of just showing off all the different functionalities of the controller. So I'll play a lot of that, but yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
I kind of feel like an idiot at the same time because like, I have a Series X, I have a Switch.
I got PS5.
I have a PS4, like it's not like I need it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you could, I don't know how much money you get for a PS4, but I guess you could always sell it.
Yeah.
Recoup the cost a little bit.
Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, so I have a PS5 coming in. I guess I'll talk about it.
You got the physical or the with the disc? Okay.
Yeah, and especially since games are $70 now.
Yeah.
Digitally, at least. If you were to go on Amazon right now, you can find Demon's Souls, Returnal. Those are all $50.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you wait long enough, the physical price of a game is going to go down, but digital just stays high.
Yeah.
And that's just $70 just feels like a lot to spend on a digital thing.
Yeah. I'm still not kind of okay with.
I wonder if they have like a game sharing type.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's been my week pretty much. Just
sweet. It's a good feeling, like just the Series X last year, and like texting back and forth, and just we both got one like that day, and then going through like the Switch OLED thing, like it's a feeling. It's
kind of like a high that you get.
Yeah, it is like a high, like you're and it's funny because like the OLED, I was like, I mean, I guess on the same boat as you, are like, do I really need this? And now that I've got it pre-ordered, like, and Kellen is like, I mean, it took me a month to beat Zelda. Yeah, I barely get to play, so I think it's time anyways. So, so definitely excited for that.
I think so.
I really wish, like, I don't know if I need to look again, but I wish it could be shipped to me, but I have to pick it up from Best Buy. So, but
you're gonna pick it up at midnight? Is there a midnight launch for it?
Probably not. Probably not.
No.
Nah. Get that.
Do you think you'll ever go to a midnight launch again? Or is that era of gaming kind of gone?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think, unless, I don't know, maybe like another, like the next iteration of whatever the next Switch is going to be. Maybe I'll do that, because I did that but also like I think it has to have like a killer app too. It's got to have like that system seller game, like Zelda, like Breath of the Wild. Like that's why I did it. Yeah. That's why I went at midnight and got it, just because I really wanted to play Zelda. But like OLED, I'm super pumped for Dread, but to me, that's not a midnight release kind of game.
Some would say otherwise.
Yeah.
Some have been waiting 17 years for new Metroid, but
this is true. But also, like, I got to work the next day, and
it's like,
I work from home, but it's still like, you get there at 11.
It's
by the time you get home, it's like even back in the day, you play like maybe an hour or two once you get back, and you're so tired just from like
Unless you're
Yeah.
amped up on Burn.
Oh God, yeah, dude, Burn was delicious.
I'm trying to
But
think of like the last games I went to a midnight launch. It might have been
I was Breath of the
Super
Wild.
Smash. Yours is Breath of the Wild. I
Yeah.
didn't go midnight launch because my Best Buy didn't have one.
Oh, okay.
So I think the last one before that was Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS.
Oh gosh,
I just went to a GameStop and
got it.
got it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why
Smash
I did it.
Brothers.
Yeah. And
But
then
yeah, it's a good feeling.
what about staying up until midnight to play a game digitally? Have you done that?
I don't think not. No, it's been a long time. But most of the time now, like Psychonauts came out. Like I think technically it came out Thursday, but at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I think on Wednesday night it released. So I think they allow you to keep up with like the West Coast or whatever. Allow you to both play.
Resident Evil Village came out at like 12 p.m. on Thursday. Remember that one?
Yeah, I think I waited till the next day to play that.
I remember I think I beat it on Thursday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It came out on Friday, right? Or is it a Thursday game?
No, it was a Friday game, but if you switched your time zone to New Zealand.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you showed me. Yeah, you told me to do that with Cyberpunk.
And with every achievement I got was like a diamond achievement. You know, it gives you that.
Oh, of course, because nobody's played.
And that was kind of the case with Psychonauts too, as well, because I guess people didn't know that it was launching.
Yeah,
a little bit earlier, but well, I stayed up till midnight for Last of Us 2.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I played that until like Saturday or something. Maybe I played a little bit on Friday, but yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I'm derailing us, but how was your week? You had a party.
Yeah, we had
similar
our
to the one I had.
Yeah, we had our into the world. Jesus,
kinda
anything but a cup party. Which so I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So I up until Friday, I hadn't figured out what I was going to use as my cup. I had a couple of ideas floating around, and then I had to go to Walmart to get some stuff for the party and stuff for dinner and stuff like that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through like the grill section, and there I came across this meat marinade thing. It's essentially this tube, and it's got like this really sharp needle on the front, and you have two options. You have one that's like just a regular needle, and the other one is perforated, so when you stick it into the meat, the sauce or whatever, the marinade you like will come out. So I got home and I pulled it out. Yeah, I bought it. It was like $10. Okay. So I got home, I pulled it out, and I was like, "Hey, babe, look what I got." And she's like, "Cool." And I was like, I put it up against my mouth, and I was like doing like that. And I was like, "This is my cup thing." And she's like, "No way, you're not serious, right?" And she started getting like kind of heebie-jeebie because I have a big ass needle sticking like right into my mouth. And then after I did it, I was like, this is a terrible idea. Just it's a bad idea in general if you're sober, but if you've been drinking, that's just
because it's an actual needle, right? It's not a.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a needle. Like it's like
a meat needle.
Yeah,
it's
like a meat needle. It's a thick needle, but it's not it's not like a blood drawing needle. But yeah, it was dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, terrible idea.
Yeah, horrible idea.
But good creativity.
Yeah. And then after that, I was like, well, I've got like a little squirt cup or whatever, or like a squirt bottle that you put like ketchup and mustard and stuff to squirt it out in. I have one of those, so I was like, I'm gonna use that. And then Brittany went to the store the next day and got like a traffic cone, like a little mini traffic cone or whatever. So I was like, oh, that's cool. That worked. That ended up working perfectly. She ended up using like, if you go to like a restaurant, they give you those like mini, like not bowl, like the mini I don't know, where you have like they have like the rum drinks and stuff in. It's like a little mini. She used one of those, so I guess not technically a cup, but it worked out fine. But
okay.
But yeah, that whole day just felt like we went and like filled up like a bunch of coolers with ice, and yeah, it just felt like just such a long day because I was out, putting lights up and stuff like that, and putting the speaker together and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
it was a super long day, but it was fun. We had some friends come over and ate some good food and just chilled. So it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Other than that was kind of it. Just another week. We got a long weekend coming up, so I'm excited about that.
Long weekend and then a short week.
Yeah,
even shorter week.
Yeah, working 2 days, and then we'll be on our trip.
Yeah.
So let's you want to jump into what we have been playing?
Yes, I do. We don't have a lot on this list.
Yeah, I'll briefly, because you probably got a lot to say about Psychonauts too, but still going through Hades a little bit. I actually just did a run a little bit ago. Great game. Still so much fun. Just kind of chipping away at it. Just doing 1 or 2 runs, about once a day or something like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I did finally finish Zelda. I was at the very end for a while, and I finally fought the whatever monster it's called, for the 3rd time, 4th. I think you fight that thing 3 or 4 times throughout the game.
Oh yeah, it gets to be a little much.
Yeah.
The imprisoned, right?
The imprisoned. Yeah. But it was still cool. It was still a neat boss fight. But yeah, fighting him 3 times was a little much.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I got into the areas again and we're going through them, you do repeat a lot of the same stuff. But I never was tired of it. But at towards the end, I was ready to be done. But I really, again, just kind of repeat myself. But I'm so glad that I got to play this game again, because it was great. It was great.
Yeah, I loved it. It kind of did overstay its welcome, I think. I don't think it was necessarily necessary for the game to send you back to those 3 areas the last time it did it.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have ended around that point, and it would have been a fantastic game still. But yeah, it was great, man. I thought, aside from the imprisoned, I thought all the bosses were really well done. The dungeons were awesome.
I really like that last dungeon where it's the shifting levels. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, all the dungeons were pretty good. Yeah, it was a much better game than I thought it was going to be. And I mean, the controls are still weird, even after I think I beat it in 40 hours. I think I put 40 hours into it. So yeah, it's even towards the end, it's still, I still made weird errors and stuff, just forgetting to press the trigger or the right bumper to do the camera. But other than that, I mean, even just the sword play was fun to do. Kind of the puzzle aspect of that was cool. So and the last boss was pretty cool too. So don't want to spoil anything, but
yeah,
it's the only time I died in the game was the last boss.
Me too, actually.
I died one time. I had to look it up, and then it was super easy.
Yeah, it was a little I think I probably died at the same exact spot that you did. I was just like, what the heck do I do here?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty obvious. But did you ever go back to motion controls at all, or stuck to?
No, I tried the one time. I didn't really want to play with it, mess with it too much, just because I had very little time to actually play. So when I did play, I just wanted to kind of get into it a little bit, because like I mentioned previously, Kellen has just completely taken over the Switch. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. It is a great 3D Zelda game.
It sure is.
I think it's worth $60 too. I definitely got my joy out of it. I mean, I put 40 hours into it, so I think
and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it too. So I definitely think it's worth the $60. I don't think, and that's someone saying who didn't finish it the first time. So maybe you got what you needed out of that game. But as a new Zelda game on the Switch, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but that is pretty much Yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing.
Nice. Well, speaking of games that overstay their welcome, Psychonauts 2 is not one of those games at all. And it's for the better too. So I want to say I'm like 6 or 7 hours in.
Okay.
And I'm probably like 2/3 of the way through the game. I hit a point. It's kind of like a soft point of no return because it kind of gives you like, hey, like you better like finish up what you're doing here before you go on to this next thing. But I know at the end of the game you can come back and finish side quests, optional stuff, get all the collectibles and everything. But this game is absolutely fantastic. And I probably said the same thing about Psychonauts 1, but each of the levels is so creatively designed and just has such a charm about it. And each level is like super weird. Like it starts off with a level that's kind of playing on teeth because you go into like a dentist's mind and there's like all these teeth everywhere and it's really jarring and really weird. And you kind of go into all these very like specific worlds. Like you go into a world where you're kind of assembling a rock band and Jack Black is a singer and they end up like performing a song at the end with Jack Black singing, and it was really cool.
That's cool.
But the combat is definitely improved from the first game. It's gotten a lot better. I think the platforming has also gotten much better. It's just easier to control than the first game was, and obviously it runs super smooth on the Series X. It runs at 60. I think you can choose to bump it to 120 if you have a TV or monitor that can run that. So performance has not been an issue at all in this game, and it's just been fun. It's been really fun to just go around and kind of scour like the hub area, find all these collectibles. You have all of these upgrades for your abilities. There are new upgrades in this game that weren't in the last game. It's got a lot to it, but at the same time, it's not overwhelming, and it definitely is not like overstaying its welcome. Like each level I feel like the perfect length where like you're like, okay, like I've had enough of this theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them was centered around gambling, and it was one of the earlier levels, but right when you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to be done with this level, then it ends, and then you move on to the next thing, and you never see that one again. I mean, you can come back to it and collect stuff you haven't collected yet, but yeah, Psychonauts 2 is great. I think it'll definitely be on my game of the year contenders list.
Okay, sweet.
And depending on where it stands at the end of my playthrough, it might end up on the old top 25 list.
Oh, okay. Liking it that much?
It's that good.
Okay.
The writing is incredible.
Yeah, it's it's Double Fine, so
yeah,
they're known for that. I love Brutal Legend. I would love to see a sequel to that, but yeah, I do want to play this. You did not finish the first one, right?
No, I did not. I was too excited for the second one because I've been watching all these videos, and I was like, okay, I've played the first one enough to know that I'm really gonna like the second one because it's that, but better. So what I did was I watched because the game will give you like a recap of everything that happened in Psychonauts 1.
Yeah, I did watch that because I intended on starting it.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, I don't really feel like playing anything right now. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I think I beat the first level, I think, and just wasn't feeling it. It just felt it's like a very, very old game. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do need to. I'll probably boot it up sometime this week and give it a shot.
Yeah, I fully recommend this game. This game is so fun. It's just cool. Yeah, good game.
Good game,
man.
Anything else you've been playing, Nick?
That's really been it. Yeah, I think that's. I might have played a little bit more Hades, but
not enough. Yeah,
not enough. So cranking.
Well, you want to jump into the only really news topic of the week? It's a big one, though.
Yeah, unless there's anything else that people in chat have in mind, I think Gamescom has really been the only thing that's happened this week.
Yeah, everyone's kind of yeah, I mean everything's that got announced was there. So I mean we don't have to talk, there's so much stuff that got announced and shown off. Do you want to just talk about like kind of what we thought were like the highlights of the show?
Yeah, let's talk some highlights.
Okay. I am curious on your thoughts. Saints Row, the reboot or whatever it's called, I think it's just called Saints Row, got announced. What are your opinions on this? Because I am like at a very like solid 0 hype for this game. Like it doesn't do anything for me.
It's not a game for me, and that's okay. I think I'm at that point where like this is being rebooted for what feels like a younger audience, more of like, you know, kind of like a Fortnite type. And obviously it's not anything like a Fortnite game, but
yeah,
kind of just for a younger audience. Kind of like how when Saints Row came out, it was kind of made for someone of your age, you know. I feel like this is kind of that same thing. It's
well, do you think it's rated M? Because like Saints 1 and 2 were very much like a GTA like clone. You know, it's unique things, but like 3 is where like they nailed it. Like they just that was probably the best in the series for me. You know, I got no problem with them, you know, completely rebooting it and, you know, getting away from all those characters, but it just the trailer just didn't, it looked generic to me. It looked very generic and not what I think a Saints Row game is, to the point where I'm like, why would they even call this Saints Row other than just for the name, you know?
I did not think this was going to be Saints Row when they first showed it off. I mean, yeah, it looks, in my opinion, it looks all right, but
it doesn't look like terrible. It just looks like
kind of,
it just looks kind of generic to me.
And is that more so the art style that's doing it for you, or just kind of the
I mean, there was like, it just doesn't feel like there was no, I mean, it's a new city. You know, there was no like purple, like, you know, Saints Row is a very purple themed gang or whatever. No purple at all. Like, you know, it just it is.
That's why you don't like the game.
That's why I hate it. But I don't know. It didn't show well for me, and I'll have to see more to get excited. But yeah, right now I'm just not feeling it. But that could change.
Yeah, we'll just have to see more. I mean, it's coming out early 2022.
Yeah, I think it's February, right? Like February 22nd or something.
Another game in February
25th.
That's I feel like this game's gonna get drowned out by so many other games coming out around that time.
Yeah, I think so too. But we'll see. I mean, it could be really good. It's still made by Volition, so it's not another studio handling it. So we'll you know, I think Agents of Mayhem, I never played it, but that was apparently pretty terrible. And like the last Saints Row, I never played it either, but I don't think it reviewed very well. So
yeah.
What else? What else, Nick?
Oh, the Halo Series X and Elite wireless controller.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look cool.
You know, another skin controller. I think what the controller is $200, which is I think about what it is now.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it floating around for like 160, 170 on sale.
And then the Series X goes for about $550, $549.
Does it come with anything extra?
No.
Oh,
not from what I have seen.
That's kind of a bummer. Wonder why it's $50 extra. Other than
all that craftsmanship that goes in.
I guess. Yes.
I mean, it looks cool. I would never. I mean, I already have like a Series X. I wouldn't buy one, but
yeah, I guess if you don't have one and love Halo, there's a system for you.
There is.
Speaking of, I guess let's just talk about Halo. No campaign showed at the event, which was very surprising.
Yeah.
I thought we would get strictly campaign stuff and no multiplayer, but we got a multiplayer trailer, which kind of introduces like the
Like
I
its
don't know,
story?
the story into multiplayer. So I mean that's cool. But yeah, it was just kind of a CGI trailer. And that was about it, right? And they gave us a date, December 8th,
December 8th?
which was heavily rumored prior to the show, but yeah, we finally got a date. That's awesome. I mean, that's
Finally
exciting.
have one. And it's kind of missing the Call of Duty Battlefield
Yeah,
crowd. So that's good. It'll have its own
have its own
place to
space.
stand. I'm just December has left like a bad taste for games because of Cyberpunk.
Exactly.
And Halo, like I feel like has gone through, like obviously not as bad of a development cycle, but like it's been, delayed. And we hear the head saying, or whoever, I can't remember who it was, but they said, we don't want to delay this game anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what you heard about Cyberpunk too. And
I get it out.
yeah, and like I guess it's different for like a multiplayer focused game like Halo.
Yeah.
And the campaign's obviously not going to be as big as like a Cyberpunk campaign.
No, but I think that campaign, I think if the game comes out and the multiplayer is kind of like stuttering a little bit, I think that's okay. But I think the campaign has to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I think they have to nail it. I think they have to nail the campaign. And right now, I'm still not sure. Obviously, we're going to play it regardless because we love Halo, but I'm not super confident anymore. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
A little down on Halo right now.
Little down, but I think just the co-op stuff that got announced, and that being, delayed at least till like March or February. Huge bummer. But I'm sure we'll see some. They'll probably have some sort of showcase in like October or something, showing off the show. They have to, right? I mean, they have to. They haven't showed any gameplay for single player yet. So
they kind of had a little, not a press release, but like a little insider post. And yeah, they said they didn't want to show the campaign until they were closer to launch.
Okay.
Just because.
I don't know. We'll see.
Harrison, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Death Stranding director's cut. Are you in?
Dude, I can't. Let's talk about it. Like, why in the world would you end on that? I just don't get this. I don't get it.
It's Jeff Keighley.
I know him and Kojima are buddies, but like when he said director's cut and then you're getting extended look, I knew that was it. I still watched it all. Like,
did any of it excite you?
No. Not really.
Not the motorcycle tricks.
I mean, I guess it's cool because I heard like, I mean, I haven't played this game, but I heard like you get like something like pretty deep into the campaign that makes everything else like you did feel nonsensical. So I think just they're adding more of that stuff just to make the game play better. So I kind of do want to play it. Just it's because it's a bizarre game, but I don't think
so weird.
I don't think it deserves. I don't think it's that well regarded for it to have this much time. It's just weird to me, but
well, yeah, we'll see. I might go back to it. I think I made it through chapter 4.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had some fun moments with the game, but I fell off of it pretty hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'll probably play it one day, but
it's a delivery game. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's just weird. I think I'm just more mad that they ended with that than anything. Like the stuff they showed was like cool and interesting, but just the fact that they ended on that, like that's just out of a game that came out 2 years ago. Like what? Like who thought that was a good idea?
Jeff Keighley did.
Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey. The next tactical RPG from Firaxis Games, Marvel Midnight Suns. Do you remember seeing that one, Nick?
Yeah.
That game looks pretty cool.
It's got Blade and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And
America,
a new character.
Marvel. Yeah, he plays a new character. But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
And it kind of has like support conversations that you can have with all the characters. So it's kind of like Fire Emblem in that regard. And obviously you can't romance.
Yeah, you
You can't romance Wolverine,
but
but you can become
pretty
very,
good friends with
very
him.
close. Is what they said.
That's funny.
So I mean, this could be cool if this leans more on the side of Fire Emblem opposed to XCOM. I would be interested.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'll keep my eye on this one. Let's see what else we get. I know you don't remember this or didn't see it, but I want to mention DokeV real quick.
Okay.
This might be the best looking game I've ever seen visually. Like the kids in the world are pretty like cartoonish.
Yeah.
But the world itself looks almost lifelike. And it looks crazy. And apparently
hold on, I'm gonna watch
this.
Yeah,
pull the trailer. Because but have your mind blown. And I think it's like I think it's almost like a kind of like it's like an action adventure game where you're catching these monsters and then using them in battle.
Yeah, this looks wild.
But like the particle effects and all, just everything that's going
really
on.
Good.
Yeah. I knew I liked it because I watched it at Gamescom, and then I went back and watched it a couple more times after that.
Yeah. Gotta skip through here a little bit. What in the world?
Yeah, it's an open world game. It's made by the people who made Black Desert Online.
Made what?
Black Desert Online.
Okay.
And that game looked pretty good.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
This is definitely the highlight for me, I think.
When does this come out? Did they get a release date? I don't think it did. Wow, yeah, sure that looks really interesting.
Yeah, once we get done, you need to go back and watch it fully through.
Watch it through, yeah.
Yeah, I was never bored watching that trailer. It was like a 3-minute trailer, and it was just so exciting through and through. So everyone go give that a watch because that thing looks crazy. DokeV, DOKEV.
DokeV.
Or Doke, I don't know. DokeV. Yeah. What else we got here?
In a weird like so for Horizon Forbidden West are like, we have great news, and they're like, it's delayed till February, but here it is.
They didn't show any gameplay, right?
I actually didn't even see the trailer. I just saw the announcement. I'll have to go back and watch it. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody figured it was coming like in the spring time frame, I guess, for that. So I think that's perfect time for it to come out.
You said February
22nd is when this will launch.
All right, so we got Elden Ring and
Pokemon Horizon
in January,
then Saints Row 3 days later after that. There's also a performance patch coming. It already came out for Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it's free for existing owners of Horizon, so that's good. No
might have to give that a go. Might have to give that a go once I get my PS5.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Anything? I know there's a lot of stuff showing. I know Forza Horizon 5 was showing off a little bit more.
That game looks. Oh my god, that game looks incredible.
All the weather effects in that game. I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but
yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous looking racer, but it looks a lot of fun, like a lot of fun too. So
yeah.
Call of Duty got a really long demo. Did absolutely nothing for me.
Super boring. So I don't care.
Yeah, it looked pretty generic.
Yeah.
So. What else? I mean, there's so much stuff, so many trailers. It's hard to remember. Splitgate got a season 0 trailer, which I actually played some. I forgot to mention I did play some Splitgate. That game's fun.
Oh yeah,
that game is super fun. It's like Halo with portals.
Is it easy to get into a game?
Yeah, like I got in. I did try a couple weeks ago when they first did the beta. And it took me forever. It queued me up to get into a game, and I just like, nah, I'll wait. So that season 0 officially came out. It's one of those games where like you mainly play with bots for like the first 3 or 4 matches, so you just slaughter everybody, and you're like,
amazing.
Am I a god? Am I going to go eat Sport Pro with this? So it was cool though. It was it feels really good.
Nice. Yeah, I need to give it a shot.
Yeah. Trying to see what else there was.
Far Cry 6 got like its 18th trailer.
Yeah, I'm still like, I don't have any hype for that game.
Outlast Trials.
Yeah, it's like a
co-op survival horror game. Outlast 1 and 2 were both really good.
Yeah, I watched you play a lot of the first one.
Yeah. And I would say the second's even better.
Okay, I know it's on. I got it on Game Pass, but I've never played it.
Oh, nice. Riders Republic, that's having a beta now until August 28th. No, wait. We're past that. Never mind. It's over. Sorry.
Is it already over?
Yeah, it ended Sunday. Something.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yeah, that's all I really see on here. I'm sure there was a lot of other stuff that I missed, but
yeah.
yeah,
Aloy is coming
cool
to Genshin Impact in September.
Oh yeah.
Death Stranding. Yeah, just a lot of trailers for games that we've already known about. But yeah, it was a pretty cool. It was a solid 2 hours. I mean, they had a lot of good stuff to show off. I can't really
enjoyed
see anything. Jurassic World Evolution 2 got a trailer, another trailer.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
April O'Neil is coming as a playable character.
Who?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like Halo Infinite's download size is going to be like 97.24 gigabytes.
And it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
That's without Forge.
Yeah, without Forge, and I guess co-op's probably not going to add a lot of memory, but
I don't know, man. That game's already.
Yeah, I'm already having to delete stuff.
Yeah, I've been having to do that quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. So I don't know, and I think we didn't talk about it, but Sony gave the option for to use other SSDs on the PS5, but they were very weird about it. Like some stuff, they kind of gave like the description of like the SSDs that you could use, but they were kind of vague. And they've always been like that. They've always been kind of more of an open platform than like Xbox has. Xbox usually has its proprietary stuff. But I mean, I remember even whenever they announced the memory card or whatever for Xbox, and it being like $220 for 1 terabyte, I thought was ridiculous. But now that we're seeing that Sony's given this option, those SSDs are about the same, if not a little bit more than the ones you can get for PlayStation 5. So it's just an expensive,
because it's so fast. You have to.
So
yeah.
So I guess in retrospect, Xbox did it smarter, just because like you just plug it into the back of your console and that's it. There's no guessing if this is going to work with your PS5 or not. It just works. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting to find out. But
I do want to talk about some news that came out this week about the PS5.
Okay.
So
I think that's probably it for Gamescom, right? I mean,
yeah, that's probably it.
Okay.
So there's been kind of a like a silent revision of the PS5.
Okay.
and the newer version is lighter. And YouTuber Austin Evans, I'm reading this story here. Austin Evans did a teardown of the PS5 digital edition. And essentially it's using a lower cost and smaller heatsink, which is used to help kind of regulate the temperature of the console and like regulate the heat that it puts out. And I don't think it's going to like be a major issue on heat output of the PS5, because I think the heat output is still lower than the Series X, and then the Series X hasn't gotten too hot for me at least.
Yeah,
but it kind of looks like they're using some cheaper materials. There were some other like subtle changes, like a tweaked Wi-Fi chip, and it looks like just like some smaller parts and some cost cutting measures were used on these like PS5 revisions overall. And Sony recently announced that they're now making a profit on the sales of PS5. So this could be, or this probably is part of that. Now, like, yeah, it probably costs less to make this version of the PS5 than it does to actually sell it. So they're probably, cutting some costs on these newer versions, which probably won't have any impact on someone playing Ratchet and Clank or someone playing Call of Duty, but just interesting. I'm sure, the Series X or S would have had that same revision if it was being sold at a loss at the start, which I don't think it was. I think the Series X was being sold at a profit, but yeah, it's just interesting, like these kind of silent revisions that these companies really don't tell you about. But
yeah, it's just they after a year or so of it being on the market, they figure out ways to make it run the same with different or cheaper parts or what. I mean, that happens, I'd imagine, literally every console, even between like the major revisions that you kind of expect, like the slim version or whatever. Like I mean, Nintendo kind of did that a couple years ago when they swapped out the battery for the new model, but didn't really, I don't know if they even did like a proper announcement. They just started switching them, which was kind of messed up because you still had the other older market switches on the market versus this. So it's like,
I think they changed the box.
Yeah, they changed the box.
That's it. They didn't even make it formal.
No, they didn't even announce. So yeah, if you were just a average Joe Schmo, you're not going to know the difference other than just the box. So
yeah.
But and then that aspect, I guess you kind of can't say it because then there's other units that are on the market are probably not going to sell. So it's a tough situation, but yeah, stuff like this happens all the time. So I'm curious when they'll do their inevitable slim version of the PS5.
You waiting for that one?
Probably, I think so. I mean, I would like a PS5, but right now, I mean, other than Demon Souls, there's nothing really that I'm like dying to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to play Spider-Man on the PS5. But I could totally wait.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like there are many PS5 exclusives coming out for the rest of the year, aside from Deathloop and Kena Bridge of Spirits, which I do want to check out.
Yeah, Kena I'm more interested in than Deathloop.
Yeah.
I do want to see that game in action, like properly when it comes out, just to see what it is, because like right now it just doesn't do anything for me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be awesome.
Apparently it's not a roguelike.
It's okay.
So
I heard that the developers came out and said it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
So,
which
who knows?
I feel like they should say what kind of a game it is.
Yeah, like, that would be nice.
The term roguelike probably turns a lot of people off from playing a game.
Yeah.
And if that's the narrative that's around your game, I would probably nip that if it's not that type of game.
Yeah, Hades is like up to this point like my favorite roguelike because I mean, we talked about it before, but I mean, you every time you play it, it feels like you're doing something. And they also switch it up enough, not just the randomly generated rooms, but just the characters you come across while you're going through the runs and stuff. It's different enough every time that it makes it really interesting.
Have you made it to the third boss yet?
I have not yet.
Okay,
not yet. I did get up to the third area today, and ended up dying. Oh, that area is pretty hard.
Yeah, it gets a lot easier, but
okay, yeah, it was definitely tough. I haven't really decided on like a weapon yet that I love. I did finally unlock like the gun, but I didn't really enjoy that too much.
I haven't liked that one either. I like the bow and arrow.
Yeah,
I think that one's really good.
Yeah, it's
great for the third area as well.
Yeah, bow and arrow is good. I think it's probably my favorite. But I like the shield too. Like just being able to like kind of block comes in handy. But
yeah, shield's good. I tended to just pick whatever weapon had the darkness bonus to it, because they'll have like a 20% dark. I think this might be after you unlock all of them, but
okay,
each run one random weapon will have like a plus 20%
I didn't
darkness.
Know that. Okay,
yeah, so I would just pick that one and kind of
run with it.
Yeah, rake it in on the darkness.
Okay, yeah, I saw the bow had like the glowing like purple around it. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, that's what that means.
Okay, cool. Well, definitely glad to know that. It probably explained it to me, but I just didn't read it. What were we talking about?
Deathloop? Yeah, okay. Oh, exclusives coming out on the PS5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because
not much.
Horizon's pushed. God of War was probably never going to come out in 2021.
No. And was Horizon confirmed for 2021, or is that just
initially it was?
Okay.
I think they had put a 2021 just the year in a trailer like maybe last year.
Okay.
But that was really it. They didn't confirm like a certain date or anything like that, or even a time frame. So
Yeah, I really do want to play Horizon.
Did you never play it?
No, I did. I meant the sequel. The sequel.
Oh, okay.
No, the first one was like incredible. Like such a good game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
but that's really it. I mean, aside from Deathloop and Kena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna play on the PS5.
Well, you got plenty of options.
Yeah, that's the good thing about getting in a little bit later is you can go back and play all the launch games and the early games. Stuff. Yeah.
Nick, do you think I have a feeling that we might get a little direct this month or this week?
This week?
Thursday. I'm calling it.
All right, you heard it here first, everybody. Thursday, September 2nd.
Yep.
So they're gonna show Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2 is actually gonna come out this
surprise. Zelda 35th anniversary, it's happening, babe. Nah. I don't know what they show here. They'll probably show some more like. I don't think we see any more Pokemon. We probably see like some more WarioWare stuff. And what
Mario
else?
Party.
Yeah, maybe we'll probably see some Metroid Dread. Maybe like another look at that since that comes out pretty much next month, in October, which is super exciting.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I don't know what they show, to be honest.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I don't know if they're going to show anything.
Well, they're going to show something. They've done a direct every year, every September, except last year they did the Mario one, right?
Yeah.
But
do you really think they're going to do one next week or this week?
I got a feeling. I got a hunch.
Yeah, tingle.
I got a little tingle.
Well, they might do one this month. But you're right. Like I don't know what they would show.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like they'd show like a Fire Emblem remake.
Maybe.
But that's just me,
Maybe they finally announced the Metroid Prime trilogy, like
coming out in February.
Yeah, something like that, or I don't know.
Maybe like an F-Zero. No, okay, no.
Do you think they show off like another trailer for like the OLED? I mean, I don't know what else.
Well, like, yeah, what are they gonna show?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I doubt they would show off any other features, or maybe they show off like, you know, they add something to like the virtual console or something. They add N64 games or something new to kind of coincide with the launch of the OLED.
I don't know, man.
Maybe some Hollow Knight.
I could see Hollow Knight.
Like I would say in with Hollow Knight. That could be pretty cool.
Maybe end with Hollow Knight. I don't think we'll get any virtual console. I've lost hope in that one. I don't think we're going to see Zelda 35th.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's done.
And they had their indie showcase this month.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I'm skeptical to say the least.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand.
You're like, man, I know it's going to happen.
It's Thursday.
You think they're going to shadow drop it, or do you think
they'll probably tell you the day before, right?
Okay. So Wednesday we'll hear about it.
Maybe, or maybe they'll just shadow drop it. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. It may not be this week, but I there's got to be one coming this month because they've got to have at least I think one more for the year.
But they've already shown all their games coming out.
Yeah, but they can show more.
But they already have so many. Like they have a lot.
They do have a lot. They've had a big year. I guess you don't really think about it, but they've had a lot of stuff come out. So
they have WarioWare, Mario Party, Metroid, Pokemon, Diamond and Pearl, Advance Wars. They just had No More Heroes 3, and they published that. And that's it. There might be one game that I'm forgetting, but it's like what, 5 or 6 games coming out?
Yeah. I'm not saying anything that gets announced is coming out this year, but maybe they'll have some nice surprises for next year. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Well, I'll hold you to it. And if it doesn't happen, then you can bid me farewell from the show. I'm out.
That's gonna do it.
That's gonna do it.
All right. Yep. Sorry. We always got to end on some nonsense, direct craziness. But that is going to wrap up the show, guys. Nick, where can they follow us on Twitter at?
They can follow us at Gaming WT Bros on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I sent out a tweet today asking what people's top 3 games were.
Okay. For the year so far?
For this year.
Okay.
Not a ton of responses, but one from Valley Forever that said top 3 games: Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Okay.
Resident Evil Village.
Nice.
Love that one. And Returnal.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So I feel like Returnal is on a lot of people's top games for this year.
Yeah.
I know it's a roguelike and the runs are super long.
Yeah, I want to play it,
cool.
But yeah, when people are talking 3-4 hour runs, I don't know about that. And then I know you can put your PS5 into suspense, but if there's an update, you lose it. So I don't know if that's still the case anymore, but it probably is.
I don't know, man. I get sweaty enough with the 30-minute Hades run.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a 2-hour.
2-hour run. Yeah. I don't know about that, but follow us over there. We did, if you didn't see our tweet, we did hit affiliate over this last week. So if you ever come in on our Twitch streams and want to support the show, and you've got that Amazon Prime, give us that nice Prime sub. So we would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is going to wrap up the show. Nick, any final thoughts?
I guess we'll see you all in the direct on Thursday. Yeah.
We'll do a show that night now.
Mark your calendars.
Yeah. I called it though. Maybe first week. Anyways, I doubt it's happened because Nintendo just loves to disappoint. But you know what? We disappoint ourselves because they don't even say anything.
I mean, this rumor just came out of thin air.
Yeah, it just
Started right here.
Started right. Yeah, this is it. But yeah, I'll probably do a couple more, at least one more stream of going through my top 25 and getting that down. So I look forward to that. So I'll probably either do that tomorrow or Wednesday. But other than that, we will see y'all next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.